On my way right now to Integrity Golf, and today I'm meeting with Ben up there to kind of work through what the next few months is going to look like for me as I take this next step in the journey for golf. I have a kind of a prep tournament for the Amateur Players Tour, which is just one of those flighted kind of amateur tours where they take your handicap and they flight you so that you kind of play in groups that are similar in capability and skill, so you're not worried about handicaps or anything like that. So I got that in, I guess, 2 weeks, sometime mid-November. I think there's only 5 events for that tour, local in the DFW chapter. They're kind of a national thing, but it's really just to help me get some competitive tournament rounds as we get ready to do the Texas AM qualifier, which is typically in April, at least the first one. There's usually 3 in this area that I can go to. So Ben and I are going to sit down and work through what a practice schedule looks like over the next 4 months, because really it's 4 months of honing in the skills. I'm not really going to do any off-season swing changes unless it's absolutely critical. I'm going to try to work with what I have for the most part. But we're going to work through what practice looks like so that I can have very intentional practice over the next 4 months. And then, come March, it's really just about getting on the course and trying to score. Play from the front tees and go as low as you can and just get used to figuring out ways to score and bring that score down. It's really so much of what golf is figuring out how to mitigate the big holes and really focus on just what it feels like to score, get those birdies, maybe get the confidence level on some of the more difficult shots, some of the longer range shots. If I'm playing the front tees, maybe it's going for greens and getting comfortable hitting 260, 270 into a green, because honestly I'm not that comfortable with that. That's probably one of my biggest misses right now on scoring. If I'm outside of about 240 to go for a green, 9 times out of 10 I'm laying up, and I think that number needs to come down a little bit. I think maybe it's half the time I'm laying up, dependent on course conditions or obviously playing conditions if it's windy or anything like that. But I'm just not there. I don't trust my long game as much as I probably should. I think just a lot of that is getting good practice in. I mean, the 7 wood's new to the bag, and that's definitely helped me a little bit. So that's kind of where we're at. We're going to work through practice session and figure it out from there and kind of see what happens. Really looking forward to making this run. I have 0 expectations. The guys and gals that do these AMs are very talented players. A lot of them played in college, which I did not. Some of them, it's all the drama these days on how pros get amateur status. Big one recently was Colt Nost is, slated to maybe get his amateur status back so he can play in some mid-ams and stuff like that. So, the players that are playing in these are pretty dang good golfers, and I'm not there. This is the best golf I've ever played in my life, whereas this is probably the worst golf some of those people have played in their life. So, really it's getting out there, chasing something, trying something new, pushing myself out of the comfort zone, and just seeing what happens. I have 0 expectations, but I'm going to give it a run and give it my all, and it's all I really can do. I've only ever qualified for 1 of these events. That was the Dallas Amateur Championship a few years back. And I just happened to be playing well, and even that was a net, not a gross. So, I had a little bit of help from my handicap on that one. But now I'm 4 or 5 strokes better than I was then, and playing with good players. So no expectations. We're just gonna go in and try our best, and failure is okay. We learn from the failure and we move on. But it's worth trying. It's a hobby. I could be doing other things, but So this is going to be a fun lesson. Get a little structure and strategy instead of just going to the simulator and hitting balls for 30 minutes and then playing 9 holes. Really get some structure around how to use the technology to make me better, even without additional coaching. You know, just intentional practice. And we'll go from there. So I'm looking forward to this journey. I'm glad to have y'all on it with me. And when we get there, we'll get down to it.
Another shank pop. Wow, I've shanked so many. No, you're good. Yeah, so we said we were going to do practice strategy. So what I haven't told you, I told Colin. Have you heard of the Amateur Players Tour?
I think so.
So it's like one of those flighted tours where they get you by handicap and blah, blah, blah. They have 5 events in the DFW chapter.
Okay.
So I'm signed up for one in 2 weeks.
Cool.
So, and that's just to get,
I'm gonna get ready.
That's just to get competition reps.
Okay.
In preparation for the Texas Am. Kind of like what we talked about.
Right.
So I'm planning on doing a few of those. I won't do all 5. One's already passed. I think there's only 2 others that are in the general area. So practice strategy to get ready for those, and then maybe little things to work on.
Okay.
Like I need to work on sliding the ball down.
Okay.
I've been struggling with that lately. But everything else feels pretty good. And driving, I've got to find consistency with my driver. Because it's a weapon when I hit it. Like I hit it once with Colin on Sunday and it went 350.
Yeah.
But that's not normal.
Yeah. Okay.
So those are probably my biggest thing. Practice strategy, flight the ball, and get comfortable with my driver.
So with the driver, it's, my question to you is, what is the big miss with the driver?
Flare right or snap.
Okay. Probably the same root cause.
Yes.
Those are the symptoms.
Correct.
100%. What is the root cause of that two-way miss?
Path is going to be the biggest thing.
Okay.
Because even on some of these that I was hitting, my path is so far in to out on some clubs, and it's a lot of it's my setup. I know it is. Like I set up closed, so I tend to start throwing the club out, and that's where I get that block or the snap.
So you end up swinging it too far to the right, and then basically if it's a square face to a pathway right, it's a big push.
Correct. And then what I'll do is I'll move the ball forward in my stance towards my toe to allow myself a little more time to maybe even out the swing direction.
Yeah.
And then I'll start snapping them because it's so far forward I release the club head.
Okay. And what ends up happening with, like, are you not rotating enough? Are you early extending?
Quick.
We get quick and
I
then
get quick in my tempo, so I get stuck behind and I start early extending my hands.
So you
throw the hands at the back.
And then the hips stall out.
Yeah.
So
Which
you're
then causes
you're not able to
block.
keep pivoting.
Correct.
So there's probably some early extension.
Yeah, so I've been really focused on tempo lately, doing like a 1-2 count in my head on my backswing and going through my swing. That's helped, but it's still, the driver's the biggest one. It's just one, as I pick up speed.
Well, especially for you got a lot of speed, so there's greater responsibility.
Correct.
So pulling up an old video here. A little early extension, Colin.
Yeah.
Gets a little stuck.
Just a little.
And how long ago are all these?
Just a couple years.
Yeah, so that was the big, it's not as bad now, but.
Like an up-to-date swing on video.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's going to help us put our practice strategy together. What specifically is it, and is there one drill you can do that moves the needle a ton and kind of takes care of a lot of pieces, or is there more of a short list of things that we need to prioritize.
Yeah, I'll say the bowler has always kind of been my home. When I fill off, I'll go to the range and I'll hit 100 just bowler swings. And it seems to always help because it helps with tempo as well. I was gonna say I have a hand.
I mean, I don't really see much early extension.
And again, I don't know how long that one is. That's 2023. Colin and I fixed a lot of that. I have a lot of newer swings on video that we could look at too.
Okay, cool.
But those, I mean, Colin would probably agree. I told him my biggest things, I need to get a practice schedule together. But then it's, I've got to flight the ball down. We're about to get into winter with a little more wind, and my ball flight I only have one ball flight right now. And then my driver, I've got to get consistent with it because it's a weapon when I have it.
Yeah.
I mean, that hole 13, I hit that 350.
Okay.
At least from what I've seen outside, it's not particularly large divots. You don't really ever hit it high on the face. It's generally low.
Yeah, because I don't transfer weight. So that's why the bowler has always kind of been my home when I'm fill off. It helps get my attack angle back down.
Probably a little bit of this too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Irons, the miss with irons is a pull left. I don't push my irons much. Like you cleared most of it, but all of my warm up was like on the left side of that range.
Can we spend 5 minutes looking at the video real quick?
Yep. You want me to grab a club? Which club do you want?
Let's go a 7-iron and a driver.
Oh, Shanky. Where the hell did that come from? There's the overcorrection.
It's the left miss.
Yeah. That's the overcorrection on me leaving. That's the overcorrection on me leaving the face open
Okay.
and not releasing. What the fuck is going on?
Move it back a little or move him up a touch. Maybe that was
Maybe
better.
like middle of that mat, Alex.
Middle?
Yeah.
It's all worn out.
Use one of the sides.
There we go. It's still gonna go left, but that was better. That's just a left.
All right, let's go one more.
Shanky again. What the fuck am I doing?
Let's hit our flighted shot here. The camera angle is pretty good, isn't it? Let's do one more flighted shot. You trying to draw it, cut it straight when you're flighting it?
Draw. I like to draw punch draw them. I don't like moving the ball right. When I move the ball right, I get those shanks.
Okay.
Because in my head, I'm leaving the face open with my club path. And I know it's not the right way to think about it, but
Okay.
I get scared to turn the ball left or right with my irons. So I always just naturally go to a draw.
So you're thinking punch draw basically.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I have not hit the ball this bad in a while.
I think that's the most amount of those I've seen.
Yeah, I promise you, it's all the same thing. It's all the same swing, miss, whatever it is. But yeah, we played together on Sunday and I swung perfectly fine.
Yeah, there's no early extension whatsoever. I don't think you really know what your miss is. I don't think you know what your tendencies are really. You know? So I think that's going to be a big part of your ability to go compete and be self-sufficient out there.
Yeah.
Is knowing kind of all right, so I've got to get set up. That's part of this. I've got to get set up, and there's no reason not to perfect setup and know what's happening.
Yeah.
Club's not moving yet, so there's some pieces at setup that you've got to improve and just be aware of and check
Absolutely.
on the daily. And then you need to know your big miss. Is it a mental error, tempo, getting quick, or not committing? And or is it a physical pattern that just kind of creeps in here and there?
Yeah.
Typically, there's a physical pattern that just kind of rears its ugly head, whether it's you're playing a ton of golf, or you're just slipping back in old patterns, or lose focus. It happens. You get quick. It happens. And then lastly, some sort of face awareness. How to organize the face, and if you lose it, how to get it back.
Yeah.
And then from there, like if you can do that, I can troubleshoot my misses. I've got some awareness of club face. Then you can truly commit to pre-shot, post-shot.
Yeah.
Free yourself up, go play the game, be, athletic, if you will, in the sense that you're not trying to be a perfect mechanic on the course, and you're not searching when the miss does show up. It's like, oh, the miss showed up, cool. I'm not shocked, but I know how to fix it.
Yeah.
Right? Because the miss will creep in. You just got to be able to troubleshoot it quickly.
Yeah.
So, you want to hit a couple of drivers?
See how they go. But everything you're saying is 100% correct. that's.
Well, I think that's why this is important for us to get this on video. I think it's going to be, a common language for us.
Well, and I think that's why I go from being a +1 handicap to a 6 handicap on any given day, because this happens.
Too much variance, yeah.
I have way too much variance in my swing.
Well, like Dr. Bob Rotella says, that +1 and then some is really your potential. But how do I
optimize that
more consistently, or enable you to do it?
Well, I hit that one fine. That's exactly the ball flight I like seeing out of this driver. It's set as a pretty low spin tumbler. It's 7.5 degree head, and we cut it down.
Okay.
So I set it up specifically to be a
little BB.
Yeah, fly 300 and roll another 30 type club. Because I have the mini driver if I want to fly something higher. A little toey. No, just a double cross.
Okay, cool. Let's take a break. You good? You need water or anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right, so 7-iron, flighted, 7-iron stock. So what do you observe here? Just at address.
Hips are open, shoulders are closed.
Hips are open based on what?
If I'm just looking at
this view or this view?
I'm going up. Well, sorry, down the line.
Okay.
The knee looks closed. Hips look relatively open, but my shoulders definitely look closed there.
Okay. I would agree. Shoulders are a little closed.
And grip is way too strong.
In what sense? Left hand, right hand, or both?
Right hand. Which I've always struggled. Yeah, which I've always struggled with. Okay. Colin and I have worked on that. I don't know why I can't. I feel like when I get the hand on top, I smother hook the ball.
Okay.
My left hand looks fine there. I think my left hand is pretty neutral.
Something we typically pay attention to is, can I see that thumb, that left thumb? You can.
Yeah.
Right. You can see the thumb right there. So oftentimes we'll say just cover that thumb. And, if I've got sort of a flat hand, palm facing the target handshake, I can still cover that thumb without turning this into an excessively weak grip where my palm's facing
so
down.
It's kind of closed down right there.
But I need to get this thumb pad in this crease in a good spot, and I need to get this thumb and index relationship nice and tidy, and then this pressure point 3, we call it, or this index finger, kind of offset from the rest of the knuckles.
Your boy changed that on me because I used to do that. I used to be farther out, and he moved me in.
Shorter.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because I was.
Well, that's
stretching,
a good way to start strengthening the grip too. The more this knuckle tucks under, the more this
you
wrist
roll.
wants to roll under.
Yeah, because I used to be more like that when I first started seeing Colin, and he kind of moved me. But that's probably because my thumb was getting long too.
Okay.
So you want me more like that?
It's better, yeah.
Okay.
We've got the grip.
Nice and tucked.
Grip. So now you're starting to cover that thumb up, right?
Okay.
So if I go.
Feels stable.
And what that'll do is help you create a little more extension out of this trail wrist instead of it being flexed.
Okay.
Okay. Which the flexed setup for you and that stronger grip turns into a lot of motion early in the backswing.
It's a lot of timing in the swing.
So the face starts.
Yeah.
And then it's.
Well, I think again that goes
erratic.
back to what I was saying of plus 1 day 6.
Yeah.
Because some days I'm timing it up right, some days I'm not.
Yep. Which is tough to go compete with.
Yeah, you don't know what you're going to get.
You need your off days to be
A 1 instead of a 6.
not a 6.
Yeah.
Exactly. Still score. So covered the thumb here.
Okay.
See how this top knuckle and bottom knuckle are still in contact
Yeah.
through this right thumb and index. And you can see this right index finger is offset or triggered further down the handle.
Okay.
So more leverage further down the grip here allows me to have more leverage over the handle through impact once I start interacting with the turf.
Okay. I like that.
Here's a really good look at that.
Yeah.
That's picture perfect.
Yeah, it's Rory, so.
Can't see that left thumb.
Yeah, that's
Well, yeah, you got Tiger.
Tiger and Rory. He looks
Rory.
like he's almost butterflied where he's crisscrossed. Like the left hand looks almost strong, right hand looks weak compared to Rory. Rory seemed a little more in line. Tiger looks like he.
A little different angle.
Yeah.
2.5 knuckles here. It's 2 knuckles here.
Yeah.
Pretty neutral. Rory's similar. 2.5 knuckles, 2 knuckles here. Creases are kind of going up to the right shoulder. These are very neutral grips. If you see this, I like this photo. You can see where that right index finger is offset.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big deal for us.
I can do that.
And certainly you've got, Palmer from this view, how much that right index finger was offset is way
Yeah,
down.
that looks like a lot.
Yep. And still had a, relatively neutral grip there. So that's good. I think, ball position is causing some issues here.
Yeah, it looks like I'm sitting back a little too.
It's pretty far back.
Yeah.
So that gets this right arm, a little more off to the side. Left arm's pretty far across.
Mm-hmm.
And then, ball position back, it's like your right eye is almost in front of this ball.
Yeah, so my body's in front.
Yeah, so you're looking, your target's over here, but you're looking at the ball over here.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're trying to hit this golf ball down the target line. So, you got to get this ball a little more up in here so your eyes can see the ball from this purview, and then they can more easily orient,
Yeah.
the face and the target, and just give yourself a chance to square up more.
Yeah, that's a me problem. With me setting up closed and with my miss with the irons being left, I don't like moving the ball forward. I know I need to, but to me, I'm always like, oh, well, I'm gonna hook this because I'm gonna close the face by the time I hit the ball.
Well, what you're doing is you're building in a path that's moving rightward.
Yeah.
Okay. Your handle's a little back. Your right hand kind of has to set up more like this, the further back the handle is.
Gotcha.
Okay, so
Handle and ball forward will allow my right arm to get on top of the club
it'll
more.
change your setup
Yeah.
entirely. And then you're going to have access to shape it the way you want. And I think a big deal here is you really, really understanding these pieces so that you don't have a shot or two that
Yeah.
throws you out of whack, and then you just kick that to the curb.
Yeah.
And then you go try something different. The setup needs to not be a variable that's holding you back.
Yeah.
The setup needs to be basically mostly a non-negotiable, and a template and a GPS system that you can then operate within.
Yeah.
And if there's a miss, it's not by changing ball position and moving it back. If it's a smother hook because the ball's a little forward, it's not because of the ball position being a little forward.
It's the release.
There's something else happening.
Yeah, it's something with the swing.
Losing the face. Maybe you're accustomed to the ball being back.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of potential reasons there. Maybe you're not getting far enough forward.
Yeah.
But then we can navigate based on a consistent setup. Right. If that's the same, well, then my misses I can start to adjust.
Yeah.
But you're starting out behind the 8-ball, and then it's hard to be self-sufficient. It's more of a searching game.
Yeah.
Day.
That's crazy
So
how
it's
different I am than that.
Way different, right?
Yeah.
This is a stock iron shot.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This is Sneed with a longer club, hence the handle's a little back. Here's Jack with a mid to long iron.
But what I'm seeing though is from club head to shoulder, that is one line.
Yeah,
And mine
especially with the iron.
Mine is not.
No, look where his right arm is. Look
Yeah.
where his right hand falls.
Yeah.
His right hand's underneath or almost in front of his belly button.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's all like,
Look where your right hand is. Your right hand's like under your right pec.
yeah, it's way over.
Jack's right hand is way over here.
Yeah, I'm almost set up as a lefty.
Agreed. Yeah, which way you swinging this thing, dude? Same stuff,
Yeah.
Eyes are back here, ball is up here. So with the irons, we always say under the heart to start.
Okay.
Another way of looking at that is basically with driver, center of the golf swing's this left shoulder.
Okay.
Okay, that's where we want the club and the arm lining up.
Yep.
It's also my first attachment to the club. So that is the center of the swing, right? This attachment, this
Yeah.
lever, okay? That helps control the radius of the arc. So center of my chest is not the center of the swing. Center of my arm
It's the
is the
swing.
center of the swing.
Gotcha.
The driver has very little offset, if any. So typically, we're not having to forward press the driver and the ball position's further forward. That's why Sneed's
Yeah.
handle was a touch back. Give him an iron or a wedge, that's more in line.
Yeah. Okay.
So now you work ball position off of this shoulder with driver, and then under the pec, under the heart for more of your mid and shorter irons, and then you get to your wedge, and you're basically right off this left eye, left ear.
Well, just funny because I'm probably back off my right foot with a wedge if you did that same video.
Which has all sorts of implications.
Yeah.
So that's about your range for ball position. Right there, that
So-
box.
So lob wedge, if I just high end lob wedge is the center of my stance.
Yeah, if you're
Front
hitting
end,
like
front end driver is my. So I'm staying here to here.
yeah, and that way your right eye is always, as you swivel, your right eye is looking behind the ball,
Yeah.
back dimple, towards your target.
Yeah.
So if I'm shooting hoops, playing pool, shooting a gun, I'm looking at my target. Golf's already challenging in that I got two targets, golf ball
Yeah.
and the destination. Last thing I want to do is look this way and shoot that way.
Yeah.
And take
Makes
my
sense.
gun like this, right? If I got to shoot my gun around the corner, I'm still going to get behind it, right?
Yeah. Makes sense.
All right, so I think that's probably a really good place for you to just kind of
yeah. Just
start
hone in on setup
and
and
build that in and say, cool, this is my GPS. I know
Yeah.
what's happening when I build in a setup like this with the ball position, the handle, and what to expect.
yeah.
And then if things go awry from there, you got a better idea of what happened and why.
Yeah. With all the data that this spits out, you can generally figure out the why after that.
So let's see what happens from here. So when you take this back, go ahead and take that back to the top for me. Okay. See how loaded this arm is? Mm-hmm. All right, that's going to probably stay a little wider.
Okay.
Okay, so you don't want a full bicep curl there. Okay. Yep, good. Go slow. Keep it wide to the top. You're way over there, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so take a break. Let's take a look at this video for a second. All right, so there's a couple key pieces here that are crucial, okay? And that's why when you do improve ball position, you don't necessarily solve the issues.
Yeah.
Okay? All right, so you're a very fun gears candidate, okay? I think we have your gears data.
No, I've never done it actually.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, that's our next video.
Yeah.
I almost want to do that right now because of, just to put a measurement on what's happening here.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what's happening. There's the center of your upper.
Mm-hmm.
There's the center of your lower. So just pelvis, rib cage.
Yep.
Okay, that's the middle of each. Okay, upper body, lower body. You can also glean a lot from the head. All right, where's the head traveling? So pelvis, spine, all the way into the head. Ball positions back. You move a little forward with the rib cage early.
Okay.
Hips are stable. Then you start swaying the head away from the target. Okay, so now club's moving this way, head's moving this way,
Yep.
together. So there's no like counter force there. Okay? You actually start flattening your shoulders. So they're steeper here. Shoulders are steeper. They flatten as this right arm starts to load, and then you start to sway
Move back.
the upper body.
That looks like shit.
This right arm is very pinned and
Yeah.
overloaded,
Yep.
and you've swayed the head. I wonder what the head's doing. It's getting behind the golf ball. Why would it do that? So you can probably get behind the ball and see where you want to hit it, right?
Yeah.
So most of the time when that ball is back, we see some sort of significant sway pattern. So I'm trying to get behind the ball. Imagine hitting the baseball and wait until it got to your right eye.
Yeah, just set up behind the ball and I won't have to move back.
If I wait till it gets to my chest, I'm toast, right?
Yeah.
So I want to catch it more out here. And then you've basically turned more than you've side bent and extended. Okay, it starts getting like, okay, flexing and extending, side bending and turning.
Yeah.
So those are out of whack. You're supposed to move incrementally. It looks pretty. Adam Scott, you know, Justin Rose, and
Yeah.
Tiger, Rory. You don't look like those guys right now.
No.
Okay. And then you steepen the shoulders again. There's a lot of shit going on right now. Just in the backswing and the start of transition.
Yeah.
You've adjusted your inclination to the ground. Essentially your spine is flexed and side bent, and then it's losing it, and then it's regaining it. Your right arm's really overloading and pinned. And then obviously your head's moving behind the ball.
Yeah.
And so its relationship to the hips is forward and then behind.
Forward, back,
Yep.
off. Yeah. That makes sense.
And then you do a really good job of like recentering it. That's a good move right there. There's your +1,
Yeah, that's
right? And most people don't do that.
yeah.
But you're making it way harder than it should be. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so it's all takeaway and transition.
I think it's...
That'll simplify my swing quite a bit.
I would agree. I think your takeaway has to improve.
Yeah.
I think if you clean up top of the backswing,
Yeah.
I think a lot of stuff opens up for you from there. This club and this arm are forming a straight line too soon.
Yeah, it's 6 inches behind the ball there.
So we don't want that forming a straight line until over here, right?
Yeah.
You get into some world-class positions. This trail arm's in a great spot. Getting relatively open here. You don't really extend at all. Your hips actually move pretty.
It's just how I
Pretty
get
well.
there is
There's a lot of stuff happening in the
Yeah.
backswing. A lot of extracurricular. And it starts with a setup.
so I say simplify. Simplify swing, simplify backswing.
And there's that. It's kind of, out of line. You also start there. most
Yeah.
of the time, right?
Yeah.
With that right hand way back. So see how bent this arm is?
Yeah.
So now your elbows are pretty far apart.
You need that thing I've been having the boys do, just pitching that thing between the forearms to keep
Yeah.
them
Yeah, I need to.
going together.
So at this stage, actually, I would want this right forearm to actually be
Wrapped.
covering this,
Yeah.
this left forearm.
Okay.
Depending on the shot that we're trying to hit. But for a full swing, this handle is too close to you because this right arm is so short here. Short right arm. So if I'm extending this arm, let's say I'm punching, extending, it's also going to pronate.
Yeah.
Pronate.
Right.
Okay.
So if my arm's here and I'm just holding on for dear life, then that's taking away my ability to actually do what my arm wants to do.
Yeah.
Way too much side bend right here, dude. Because you're hanging on to this thing.
Yeah, I'm
trying to
not
control it
rotating.
for
I'm not
dear life.
rotating through it.
You know, our strengths are our weaknesses, and you're strong, but that is very inefficient. So there's speed in the tank that you haven't even tapped into, which is
You're
fun.
making it work with what you got, but
Which is sad.
Well, you're already fast, right? You're swinging
I was gonna say, I don't-
121, 180 plus
I mean,
ball
you
speed.
can get 140.
But yeah, we can get to 130 plus.
That's scary.
It is when I'm already hitting the ball far enough with my driver.
But you'll be hitting it straighter too.
But it opens up a whole new.
That right.
I do not-
I'm
Yeah.
not worried about distance, but he said right
That's-
there,
yeah.
straighter. Well, you're
you
in
can hit it
play
more
better.
straight.
Well, and it adds a whole new weapon in
It
my
does.
back.
It
There's
gets
not
you-
many par fives I won't be able to get on into if I can hit the ball straight in 330.
You can play the bridges in the wind. You'll be fine.
Well, yeah, and then if you're cruising at 185, 190 ball speed and you're taking some off to get to 180,
Yeah, it's more
it's a
controlled.
cheat code.
Yeah.
Only if some of us can be there.
Okay.
I can't even get 180 in my car.
So watch this.
Can't get 180 in my car.
You got the wrong car.
Yeah.
All right, so glove logo
Mm-hmm.
at us, right palm at the camera.
There we go.
Pretty much
Yeah.
palm at the target, glove logo at the target. How straight is that right arm? Right there.
Perfectly straight.
It's
Straight.
just gonna keep going.
It's locked out almost.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, and then you see that rotation.
Look how close the elbows are.
Yeah.
And where is that right forearm relative to the left forearm?
It's trying to roll.
Yeah, it's covering it up.
Covering it, right?
Yeah, it's starting to get higher than it. Well, you can see.
You think he's snap hooking this?
No.
Probably not. That's that Tiger guy, right? He's got the Nike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in his day, he's got the baggy pants.
That looks like Tiger, right? So he probably hit this at his target. And look how active those arms are.
Yeah, it's all just rotation.
So he's extending and pronating this right arm. Yeah,
Feels weird.
ish.
Feels weird.
So that's not exactly how I would get there.
Yeah, but
Feels like a golf swing.
It's not exactly how I'd do it.
I prefer the scoop.
But
That's what I think. Just
but you get it, right?
Yeah.
You basically need to get rid of your chicken wing, dude.
yeah, I mean, he talked about that.
Yeah, I know.
So you think it like you said not get there, like have more of the shoulders come through and rotate the arm, like it's like he's punching that right shoulder through to help with that pronation.
I think he needs to learn how to unload that right arm, yes, for sure. Now, how you do it is going to be super important because if you start doing it like this,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to
we're
get
toast. You take away this.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. So I want to maintain this 20 degrees
so how do
of
we do it
right
the
arm
right
load,
way?
and then it's punching this
How
direction.
do we do it the right way then?
Well, I think that requires some coaching.
Like that 1-inch Asian punch or something right here. Really unload it, like right when you get there.
The Bruce Lee.
Yeah, exactly. This right here.
A few ways. Training, some of it, like the less I can kind of give you and the more you sort of do it, the better. But at the same
Yeah.
time, what you're interpretation of that wasn't great. So we need to give you some feels and some reference points to get there. But that's very doable.
Yeah.
You can do that. You can use this right arm. You can get out of that excessive side bend. For the longevity of your spine and subsequently your golf game, you have got to get out of this.
Out of that side bend.
You're gonna start feeling like me.
That's gnarly right there, dude. That's too much. Completely unnecessary. Look how flat your shoulders are here.
Yeah.
And then you steepen them in transition. Flat, super flat. Don't love it. Well, there's a steepening. See that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my body steepens and my hands stay in position, so it automatically
Actually, yeah.
changes my shoulders.
You got some fantastic pieces.
Hear that, Jason? Fantastic pieces.
You get, yeah.
There's just a lot of trash in between the fantastic
It's
pieces.
just-
There's some good stuff in there. There's some stuff that I would be concerned with. This picture right here.
Yeah.
Call this P 8.5, P9. Sucks. So you need to practice this position.
So what can I do to practice? I have that tournament in 3 weeks.
Is it 3?
Cool.
Or is it 2?
So what do I need? 3. It's November 17th. November 16th. What can I do with...
Nice finish though.
Thanks.
There's that bookend. Positive.
Yeah.
Positive, right?
Let's do a quick recap.
But here's the thing. Remember, part of the benefit is also you know the course, you know your yardages for the course, which makes it a little bit an advantage. You could patch it if you needed to.
Well, what I'm excited for you is something to work on. Very, very clear pieces that resonate that you can start working on immediately. So you got a good reason to practice. All right, so quick questions? All right, Alex. So ball position under the heart to start is a good place to start with. Mid irons, short irons, driver left shoulder, wedges basically left ear. Okay. Also, just getting this right arm, especially instead of kind of under your right pec, getting it more under center of your body.
Under center of body and pin to top of stomach.
Yep. Like you're getting ready to do a little bicep curl.
Yep.
Right arm. So big deal is basically managing this upper hub or the upper body. What you like to do, you can see how perfectly centered that is. Love that. You'll see on the left here, the before you go forward, so rib cage goes forward. So now the center of your upper is over here, center of your lower's back here.
Yep.
Then continue on. Now that upper starts to move back. Now they're kind of in line. And then the upper actually starts moving behind it. So basically, your head's moving around way too much. It's moving towards the target, and then it's moving away from the target late in the backswing.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot going on there. The other big deal there is how much you flatten your shoulders.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
We've been looking at the face on this whole time.
Looks a little different, yeah?
That arm is so much higher.
Yeah.
Were you trying to get it there?
No.
No.
I wasn't even focused on that. That just,
It sort of happened.
Is
That's
that
why
tilt and turn helps.
not turning. So you got horizontals and verticals.
Okay.
If I start my inclination to the ground and then I flatten it out, it's a horizontal.
Okay.
so it's maintaining the vertical that I do at the beginning of the swing through the backswing, because you said I flattened out and then got vertical as soon as I loaded
So
again.
you're doing like multi-plane versus
Correct.
keeping that same plane.
Yeah, your inclination's moving around.
Yeah.
So
Versus this guy. This inclination's maintained all the way through.
Yeah.
This one's bouncing around. So you start to flatten out these shoulders. So some people would then start lifting the arms to balance out the flattening of the shoulders.
I've done that.
You just kind of keep it in line with the shoulder plane, which is fine.
Well, this is why the camera is just so good, because I mean, you could just see the camera doesn't move, and you can see. I'm looking at the screen. How much sky is above that tree versus there.
Night and day.
Yeah, it's my arm is significantly higher there. It doesn't look like it from my body position. My chin looks in the same spot in comparison to shoulder. It all looks the same, but you can actually tell it is very far off.
So steeper shoulders. Arm plane, shoulder plane more matched up.
And club face is better.
Flatter shoulders. And what ends up happening is there's a lot going on with the wrists and the forearms
Yeah.
when your inclination is moving around so much. That's why you just depend a lot on the timing, and then you'll get into a rut sometimes. Over here, you don't have to do as much with the forearms and the wrists. Okay? So overloads trail arm, it stays 2 pinned, and then just super flat with the shoulder
Yeah, look at
plane.
the right elbow on the
Yeah, right.
other one.
It's not even close to pinned over here.
And so then do this really cool move where you then steepen your shoulders in transition. Because you're like, well, the golf ball's down here, not up here. So let me go hit that golf ball. It's on the ground. And if we just stopped you right here, it'd be like, damn, that's pretty good. But how you got here was just kind of a mess, right?
Yeah, just don't video until I get to my.
Yeah, it's right till you
down,
get bend
till
it
I get
down
to
this
the,
way.
you know, yeah. And then stop it right there before you get to my chicken. Okay.
All right, so here we go. Working into impact.
Impact's totally different.
Yeah, I'll
You
tell
can
you.
still see my left arm in that left one. My right arm's already started.
Steeper over here.
Yeah.
All right, so then that was, this was better with the right arm. That was your flighted shot.
Mm-hmm.
We look at this one, the full swing. That's where we had this excessive chicken wing.
Yeah. Looks so much better.
So a lot easier on the body here. Not as much of that secondary tilt and the side bend.
Fault.
See how much more, I mean, you're still extending, but you're far more neutral here. It's a safer spot
Yeah.
at high speeds
Look at
especially.
your feet too.
Yeah, I'm a lot more stable. Like I'm on my left heel on that left side.
Pretty wild how short this right arm is here. And then a really high exit.
Mm-hmm.
Versus hands able to exit a little lower here.
Which I've always hated. I mean, my club feels like it's at a 45-degree angle on my back.
Okay, so I'm just going to play this through for you. Down the line camera's a little off, but slow, continuous.
Yeah, honestly, the only thing I can see doing different there is rehinging.
I agree.
Everything else looks great.
I would agree. And what we need to do is actually practice a lot of shots, basically to arm parallel in the backswing, arm parallel in the third. Yeah. And then hit a lot of wedges doing this.
Did that with the tennis ball. Sit there and do that over
Well, you start tennis ball changing the patterns, and then we go wedges.
Yeah.
And really you start basically feeling the exact same stuff.
Yeah.
And so now you can double down on your practice where you're foundationally better, you're mechanically better, and you're improving the wedge pattern.
Yeah.
That's going to help you with competition coming up. So you can strategize this to your advantage. Where I'm making a swing change right now, but it's like feels pretty quickly much more comfortable.
Well, and that's why am willing to kind of go through this change before that tournament, because to Jason's point, I know the course, it's my home course. So it's a good, I'm not going to win. I want the competition reps and I want to get comfortable.
That's where we talk about, Paul and I were just talking about that, the periodization chart. So like tour players will use certain tour events as weeks of development to try things, not necessarily just put all their eggs
I like
in
that
that
term
basket
better.
and try to win.
It's a development term.
Development. Like,